The following is an exclusive presentation from Store Cable and Northwest Community Television, Channel 34. On Northwest Community TV, Channel 34, is high school football action tonight from Warren Hills as the Warren Hills Blue Streaks host the Belvidere County Cedars. Hello again, everyone. I'm Mick Moninghauff along with Bill Lunger tonight. Bill, tonight, the County Cedars coming off a big 46-0 win over their rival in Warren County, North Warren, so they've got a little impetus trying to pick up their season. They come in with a mark of just 2-3, I believe.
Yeah, Belvidere has not been everything that they wanted to be this year, but they still are in a great position to win the Valley Division for the 4th year in a row in the Skyland Conference. And this game tonight with Warren Hills will be a great matchup and a great tune-up for them to face South Hunterdon and All Saints later on in the season.
Also, the Blue Streaks coming in with a mark of 3-2. They struggled against Del Val. Last time out, they lost 14-0 to Watchung Hills. It was the first time that Dorian Davis did not gain 100 yards in a ball game this season. They're trying to come back off a very tough loss.
Watchung Hills is a very good defensive team, and they shut down Warren Hills' running game. And tonight, both Belvidere and Warren Hills are run-oriented football teams. They don't like to pass the ball. We could see a very quick football game if neither team scores, because both teams like to keep it on the ground.
So both teams really want to focus on tonight's ball game to use it as a springboard, because South Hunterdon looms next down the road for the County Cedars, but Bridgewater, and according to Bob Lockhart, the head coach of the Blue Streaks, they might be the best ball club they'll see all year. That's their next opponent.
And Warren Hills, Bridgewater, oh my God, the weapons they have, Mick, a ton of weapons, and Warren Hills has to prove that they're ready for Bridgewater by shutting down Belvidere tonight. If they can't shut down Belvidere, they're going to have their hands full against Bridgewater.
So sit back and enjoy the high school action tonight right here on Northwest Community TV, Channel 34. The business at hand, the County Cedars of Belvidere taking on the Blue Streaks of Warren Hills.
Feel the anticipation, you hold it deep inside. Hold on to your seat, we're gonna take you for a ride. When it's news shaking or movie making,
if it's fast breaking, there's no mistaking.
Store Cable, you make me feel. Store Cable,
How I wanna feel.
Store Cable, Store.
Capture the here and now, or travel way back when.
Enjoy the magic, back home again.
Discover the mystery, the fun and the laughter, the chilling, the thrilling, family together.
Store Cable,
You make me feel.
Store Cable,
How I wanna feel.
Store Cable.
We make you feel at home.
Bragging rights for Morris County are on the line, and Store Cable and Northwest Community TV, Channel 34, will put you in the front row when the West Morris Wolfpack take on the Mount Olive Marauders. See all of the action of this big rivalry with same-night coverage on Friday, November the 5th at 10:30 p.m. and again Monday, November the 8th at 7 o'clock. It's an Iron Hills Conference showdown, and you won't want to miss it. The West Morris Wolfpack and the Marauders of Mount Olive, an exclusive sports presentation from the leader for local sports, Northwest Community TV, Channel 34. Store Cable and Northwest Community TV Channel 34 present the Dave Phillips Music and Sound Band Show 93. See all the pageantry and entertainment provided by the local high school marching bands every Monday and Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. Throughout the high school football season, we'll be featuring Hackettstown, Voorhees, Warren Hills, and West Morris, as well as some of the other visiting bands to the Store Cable viewing area. That's the Band Show 93, only on Channel 34. So there's our national anthem, and we're set for high school football action tonight from Warren Hills Junior High School, as the game captains are out of the field. Warren Hills dressed in the home blue tonight, entire blue uniforms and white numerals. And the County Cedars coming out in the traditional road white uniform. Good look down at the field as we're going to have the toss of the coin.
Mr. Roger Green, and the back judge, John Zemmel.
And the officials also write down the game captains for tonight's ball game. Ira Yorn is the referee in the white hat. And the County Cedars have won the toss, and they've elected to receive here in tonight's ball game. Bill, another big ball game here on Northwest Community TV Channel 34. We mentioned Belvidere has South Hunterdon coming up, Bridgewater for the Blue Streaks of Warren Hills, but also the Blue Streaks had that big ball game down the road against Hackettstown, and that one just might decide that division of the Skyland Conference.
Well, Hackettstown has already clinched a tie for the championship, which makes them a three-time champion, but Warren Hills, with a win, can indeed share for the conference crown. Great rivalry being renewed here. You know, coming in on paper, Mick, Warren Hills certainly the favorite on paper, but throughout the late 60s and through the 1970s, Little Belvidere dominated the series. As a matter of fact, there was an 11-year span where Belvidere was 10-0-1 against the bigger Warren Hills.
Cali and Wellington will go deep for the Blue Streak, or rather for the County Cedars, as they'll be returning the kick. Brian Douglas is one of the up-backs, along with Chris Hosterman, so they put four very good running back types to field this kickoff, as Mark Deedle has it teed up, and he'll be kicking it away for Warren Hills.
Back deep, County Cedars, number 21, Toby Wellington, and number 20.
So we're just about ready for the kickoff here on Northwest Community TV, Channel 34. Glad you're joining us once again. Mick Moninghoff and Bill Lunger with you tonight. Mark Deedle awaits the referee's whistle. There it is, and we're set. The kick is a low line drive, and we have a whistle, and I think the Blue Streaks were offside on the kickoff.
Exactly what it was, Mick. Off the 40-yard line, across the 40-yard line before the ball was kicked away by Deedle, and they're going to be penalized 5 yards now to kick off from the 35.
Well, as so much has been the case in high school football, a lot of times coaches like that squib kick. They feel that the more times a ball bounces, the less chance you have for that long return.
That's right. It gives the coverage team, the kickoff coverage team, more time to get down there. Either if you have a kicker that can really loft it into the air, or if you don't, a good squib kick can get the same thing done.
So Deedle has it ready to go. It's now back at the 35-yard line. And the kick, a line drive again, picked up by number 22.
Number 22,
Josh Calley returns it straight up the middle, across the 35 to about the 37-yard line, and that's where the County Cedars will put it in play 1st and 10. We'll have a chance to look at the County Cedars starting lineup. Delaney, Constantino, Rambo, Peacock, Earhart, and McBride start up front. And in the backfield tonight, as we mentioned, Brian Douglas is going to be your quarterback, along with Yeisley, Devlin, Schneider, and Hosterman. And after this next play, we'll give you the defense for the Blue Streaks. 1st and 10, we'll call it the 37-yard line, and we have an official timeout as the team breaks the huddle. So Douglas is the quarterback. He's had a tough season throwing the football. They run on 1st down, straight up the middle. And Ian Schneider carries for about 5 good yards. Let's take a look at that starting defense as Riddell made the tackle. Deedle, Garrison, Pinter, Riddell, and Smith. And in the secondary for the Blue Streaks, you have MacArthur, Romano, Ohms, Davis, Burge, and Bording.
Belvidere looking to establish the running game right here off the bat against that Warren Hills 52 defense. And Belvidere will run out of the twin set here as well.
2nd and 4, we'll call it the 43-yard line. A good look at the quarterback who hands off straight ahead is Schneider. And Schneider will be very close to the first down. It's going to be about a yard shy. Mark Garrison, the big senior, 6'2", 270, was in on the tackle.
Nice shut off there. Nice read by Warren Hills. But Belvidere very quietly here has done a nice job on the first two offensive plays and now is facing a 3rd and short. This is the kind of situation they'd love to be in all night long.
3rd and 1 at the 46-yard line. We've seen Schneider straight up the middle. If it's worked twice, why not go to it again when you only need 1 yard for a first down? Against the 4-man front with the corners up, fullback straight ahead. Schneider will be very close to the first down. So as they untangle the pile and the spot is placed, they'll call for a measurement. Garrison, the defensive tackle, in on the snap again.
Straight ahead, nothing fancy by the County Cedars, going to the big fullback once again. And they did indeed get the first down. And this is the kind of thing that Belvidere is going to have to do. Shorten the game. Shorten the game by keeping the ball on the ground, and they can compete with Warren Hills here tonight. Another nice thing that Belvidere is doing is they're running out of some very varied formations here tonight. Earlier in the season, they telegraphed it with the ends in tight, running out of the bone all the time.
Well, the center, Paul Peacock, almost broke from the huddle, but the quarterback, Brian Douglas, pulled him back. So now Peacock brings him up. And going to the far side is number 80, is Keith Poladuro. But we have a penalty, and I think it's delay a game. It is.
Those are the kinds of things you don't like to do when you have a run-oriented offense. It's kind of the thing that General Patton said, Mick, you don't like to pay for the same real estate twice.
He didn't make many of them.
No, he made the other guys pay.
That's right. But we noticed, as I mentioned, Peacock was coming out, and they pulled it back, and that was the delay, and that cost them. Cost them 5 yards. 1st and 15 from the 42. 9:28 on the clock in the opening quarter. Yeisley comes in motion, and they give to the scat back, and that is Josh Cowley, who gets across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Marty Pinner, a big 6-foot senior, 205 pounds in on the tackle. Good look at Josh Cowley. Well, 5'8" and a junior going up against the 6'1", 205 Pinner. You don't want to do that too often.
But I'll tell you, Josh Cowley is built like a fire plug. He's not only a good football player, he's a good wrestler too, and he'll put up with you anytime you want. This is the kind of situation, though, that Belvidere doesn't want to be in. 2nd and long.
2nd and 11 from the 46-yard line. Pro set. Toss goes to Cali, turns the corner, running room, gets into the secondary, and he has the first down close to the 40-yard line. Nice running outside by Josh Cali to pick up a first down.
And a nice block on the corner by number 10, Bob Yeisley, to turn him loose. And what a job of turning upfield. And Douglas did a good job of giving him the pitch right at this last second. He sold to the defensive end that he was going to run the ball. Then at the very last second, a good pitch to Cali at full speed, and he turned the corner. Another Belvidere first down.
Called a gain of about 14. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. 8.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Belvidere's on the move on the ground. Yeisley comes in motion, and a handoff to Schneider straight ahead, maybe 2 yards. Marty Pinner, Scott Riddell, Mark Garrison, all the interior linemen making the stop.
Down by number 78, Marty Pinner.
Warren Hills read that one pretty good, closing in out of that 5-2. Linebackers reading in a hurry and coming up for run support. But Belvidere doing a nice job keeping the ball on the ground. Nothing fancy, straight ahead. Hey, and if you're running that big fullback straight ahead like that, run it until they stop it. That's the kind of thing that Belvidere's got to do tonight to stay in this ball game.
Gain of 2, call it 2nd and 8 from the 38-yard line. And notice the linebackers and the corners really cheating up, as they have not attempted a pass yet. And we have an offside. Number 77, Jeremy Smith, the defensive end, jumped off, broke the neutral zone. I don't think he was pulled. Here's the call.
Penalty on the play.
Dead ball, foul, offside, Warren Hills.
Yeah, that rule changed a couple of years ago. You no longer have to touch someone on offense if you're a defensive player coming along across the line of scrimmage. Once you break the neutral zone, that's 5 yards.
2nd and 3, we'll call it from the 33, as we have an offside penalty. 7:53 on the clock. A little delay. Nice broken field running. Yelsley had almost been stopped in the backfield. Got away from one, and then Mark Garrison and Jeremy Smith were in on the tackle.
Jeremy Smith actually was the guy that got into the backfield, and he ran right by him. And then Mark Garrison makes the tackle downfield, and yet another Belvidere first down.
spotted just outside the 25. We're going to call it the 27. That is their third first down in this drive that started back on their own 37-yard line. 7.5 to play in the opening quarter, and now we see the wishbone formation. Fakes to the first, gives to Callie, trying to get outside, cuts it back in, and picks up about 3 or 4 good yards. Brian McBriarty did a nice job of keeping people out. Jeremy Smith came up to make the stop.
McBriarty along with Yeisley once again providing the blocking on that corner. And now we have a 2nd down and 4. And that's the kind of situation that Belvidere is going to love to be in all night long. The thing, though, the County Cedars have to do, we saw them earlier in the year against Voorhees, Mick, where they had the opening drive and drove down, but they didn't cash in on points. That's what they have to do here.
Now we have a man going slot right and a wideout. Now Yeisley comes in motion to the left, so we'll have wideouts on each side. They run the tailback into the line, and nothing doing there. Number 88 comes up to make the tackle. Mark Deedle, the senior, in on the stop along with Scott Riddell.
Deedle did a good job coming across, getting about a yard penetration in the backfield and staying home and reading his keys, and makes the stop before he can turn outside.
Gonna get our first time out of the night. Maybe we'll take one here as well. 6 minutes and 27 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Belvidere facing a 3rd and 4 when we come back.
State Line Ford, Route 22 Phillipsburg, and Washington Chrysler Plymouth Dodge, Route 57 Washington, are now celebrating the official grand opening of both dealerships. It's true, both locations are loaded with hundreds of grand opening specials on new and used vehicles and trucks. New 94 vehicles are arriving daily, and nothing will be held back. We're determined to make lots of new friends and satisfied customers. Enjoy grand opening savings never before possible. It's all happening at State Line Ford, Route 22 Phillipsburg, and Washington Chrysler Plymouth Dodge, Route 57 in Washington. You gotta save thousands.
In the first quarter, no score. Belvidere and Warren Hills, 6:27. And a good look at Bob Lockhart, trying to get his defense to step up here, as we have a 3rd and 4 at the 21-yard line for the County Cedars. Yeisley comes in motion. The wide side of the field is the left. They fake to the first back. The second back is hit, and going nowhere was Josh Cowley. Marty Pinter and Mark Garrison were in on the stop.
Mark Garrison did a nice job there, catching Crowley at the knees. Not a textbook tackle, but a good tackle, because Crowley had a head of steam headed towards the outside, and now Belvidere faced with a 4th down situation.
Well, they had done very well with Schneider carrying the football early, but now it's been Cowley. He's been stopped 3 straight times, and we have a 4th and 4 at the 21 for the wishbone. They fake, and the quarterback's going to throw to the end zone, incomplete. A man was open deep, and that was, well, Rich Delaney, the tight end. Brian Devlin was well deep in the end zone, but the ball was short, and we have a man shaken up on the field. Dorian Davis, the defensive back, is down on about the 3-yard line.
Delaney was open a lot earlier, but Douglas didn't see him, and when he did see him, he overthrew him. But this is not good news for Warren Hills with Dorian Davis laying on the turf.
5 minutes and 48 seconds to play here in the opening quarter, and we're scoreless. Warren Hills will take over on downs, and they'll have the football on their own 21-yard line. So we have a break in the action here. No score. Dorian Davis comes off, and we'll come back in a moment.
At Lakeland Savings, we're proud of fulfilling dreams here at home because we invest in you.
Everything is going smooth. I feel like a family member with your bank.
In the process of obtaining a loan, we were both impressed with the courtesy and professionalism.
It gives me great pleasure to deal with such quality personnel.
At Lakeland Savings, we'll help invest in your future. Call Lakeland's Consumer Loan Department or visit any of our convenient branch offices.
As we come back, MacArthur carries straight into the middle of the line. It'll be about a gain of 1. Call it 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line. Bill, this is a chance now for MacArthur, because he's really going to have to step up if Dorian Davis, who had 103 carries and over 500 yards, is out of the ballgame.
Well, Davis is back into the game. How good a shape he is after being injured the play previous, we'll have to wait and see.
Pro set for the Blue Streaks. 2-step drop and a quick out. The ball is thrown. It is caught by Brian Pollard complete, but he had a knee on the ground, and he will be shy of the 30-yard line.
Gets the ball out to about the 28-yard line, and the turf, the field is in pretty good shape despite the rain that we've had this week. That was just something that he did it on his own. He really didn't slip to the ground on that.
3rd and 5 from the 27. And this is not the down and distance situation that the Blue Streaks want to be in early. Still behind our own 30-yard line. 4.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter, and we're scoreless. High formation. Deep toss to Davis, who's going to try to turn a corner, and he's hit back at about the 25-yard line and going down.
Kevin Rambo is the man, number 74 for the County Cedars, that strung that out, and then Ian Snyder comes up to make the stop.
No real gain.
Rambo got into the backfield, stood up 2 blockers, and forced that situation, forced Davis outside.
2 men go deep, and Marty Pinner is on to kick the football away. Toby Wellington is deep along with Josh Calley. The snap is away. Here comes the kick, and it's a great punt. Wellington cannot handle it. I think he touched it. It's a live football back at the 20-yard line. He's dancing away from Davis. Breaks 1 tackle, but not 2. Dropped at the 18. And that's where the County Cedars will have it 1st and 10. A great punt by Marty Pinner.
Not only that, but we had great coverage. Davis got down, got a hand on Wellington, and then his running mate in the backfield, Russ MacArthur, finishes him off, number 1.
1st and 10, Belvidere.
Well, Belvidere has it back with 3:44 to play in the quarter. 3 plays and out for the Blue Streaks.
Well, what hurts Belvidere, that long drive that they had ate up a lot of time, and now they're going to have to do it all over again.
Well, last time they started from the 37. Now they're a little bit deeper. They start from the 18-yard line. Single setback formation. The handoff to Schneider, trying to get outside behind the blocking on the right side of the line. Didn't go too far. Mark Dietl was there on the stop. Before they were trying to run Schneider's kind of straight up the middle. Here he goes off right tackle behind McBride.
Warren Hill's playing with those linebackers very, very close to the line of scrimmage, though. Almost a 10-man front. They've got 10 people within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, and of course they want to do that. Defensive coordinator Steve Fritz wants to do that because they expect Belvidere to run and run and run.
2nd and 8 from the 20-yard line. And a good look at Brian Douglas, who puts a man in motion. Backs are split behind him. Schneider, the first back through into the middle of the line, is going nowhere. Well, it worked on about 3 successive carries early, but now they're kind of catching on to it with Pinner and Garrison just stepping into the hole.
Nice job closing off the hole because the hole was there momentarily and Snyder got there quickly, but Warren Hill's closed in a hurry, particularly Mark Garrison and Marty Pinner that combined on the stop.
Well, here's where a little pass really helps your offense because they've been packing it in against the County Cedars, and now they're facing a 3rd and 8.
Belvidere only threw 1 pass on that last series that they had the final play of the drive.
When they had to go 4 yards. Here they have a 3rd and 8 from their own 20. Man in motion is Calley, so you have 2 wideouts, and they run a little delay and give to Yelsley straight up the middle, maybe to the 25-yard line, a gain of 5. He'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down.
And MacArthur comes up to make the stop he's intimidating from his linebacker position. He's not only big and strong, he's got some speed to accelerate to the ball carrier.
Back to punt number 22, Josh Calley.
Josh Calley is back to kick it away. Dorian Davis and Russ MacArthur go deep. Davis is the deep man. A good look at Josh Calley, who can throw from this position. Drops it, gets it away. It's short and high. It'll bounce at about the 45, roll across midfield, take a cedar bounce. They'll down it across the 50 at about the 47-yard line, and that's where the Streaks have it in great field position with 1:16 to play in the quarter.
And the whole Belvidere bench breathes a sigh of relief because with that bobbled snap from the punt formation, Mark Dietl came in there and came within a foot or 2 of blocking that one.
Brian Gordon, Chris Allen, Jason Levering on the crew tonight. .103 to play here in the opening quarter. The Blue Streaks with the football, 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. The handoff to Dorian Davis, straight ahead, and he gets about 2 yards, stopped at the 50-yard line.
Bob Yeisley comes up to make the stop. He filled the hole nicely as Davis was just building up a full head of steam and holds him to about a 2-yard gain. Yeisley and the whole Belvidere defense, you know, there's no superstars in there. There's just a lot of young kids that are slightly better than the average Bear, you know, and they've done well. A good job here against Warren Hills in their opening and then the first play of this second series.
Wide to the near side this time comes Mark Deedle. Single setback, 2 wide outs to the left. And a 5-step drop. Show pass for Burge down the middle, incomplete. The intended receiver was Brian Pollard, who has the only catch tonight off his fingertips and incomplete at about the 30-yard line.
And he had a step on Wellington on that post pattern. And, you know, you like to say that anytime you can get your hands on the football, you should catch it. But the ball was, to his credit, slightly out in front of him. But he was open.
No, he was. He had to get pretty good extension, but he could not come down with a football. 3rd and 8 from the 50. Scoreless here in the first quarter. This time, Mark Gordick comes wide to the near side. And they put a man slot right. Burge wants to throw. Has time, guns to the near side, tipped, and it falls incomplete. Well, they did a good job of coverage as Chris Hosterman, number 27, got his hands on the football, and he almost came up with the INT.
4 men on the pattern. The ball slightly overthrown for the intended receiver, the short man here on the near side, as Warren Hills had flooded in to their right flat here to the near sideline. That was intended for MacArthur, but Hosterman almost comes away with the interception.
4th and 8 from the 50, Marty Pinner. Good look at him as he's ready to kick the football away. Callie and Wellington are deep, back at about their own 10-yard line. Here comes a chance for a block, but Pinner gets off another good punt. It bounces at the 10 and will roll dead at about the 12-yard line.
And Belvidere returns the favor to Warren Hills. Number 80, Keith Polidoro, came crashing in from his left defensive end position and almost blocked that one.
Scoreboard clock says 0. And I think we have reached the end of the first quarter. If the scoreboard clock is official.
Should be close, though. That's the end of the first quarter.
It is. We have reached the end of the first quarter.
No score.
No score here. And we'll come back with the second quarter in just a moment.
Kebble's Chevy Olds Geo on Route 46 in Bud Lake is making it easier than ever before to buy a new car. Here's one more reason why: the test drive.
This car is unbelievable. It's classy, it's fast, it rides smooth, it looks sharp, it feels great. The dashboard is unbelievable. I don't want to bring it back. This car is unbelievable.
Team also won today.
Well, we have a 1st and 10 for Warren Hills as we start the second quarter. Warren Hills did not get a first down in the first quarter. Belvidere came up with, they're going to re-kick the football. And the ball is taken by Callie at about the 27, crosses the 35 up to the 36-yard line. I didn't see a flag, Bill.
I believe Warren Hills was offside. That was the indication. On the punt, number 51, Mike Olms came up with the stop as Belvidere takes over 1st and 10, and it's marked on their own 36-yard line.
Well, there's a flag that I didn't see as the quarter came to an end.
And now they're going to say that the quarter officially has come to the end. That was they just held the ball up in the air.
All right, well, we'll keep it right here. And just to let you know that, once again, the Blue Streaks did not get a first down in the opening quarter. And actually, 3 first downs on the opening drive for the County Cedars. Otherwise, that's been it.
And I'll tell you, that first quarter really flew by with both teams being so run-oriented. But that's just the glimmer of what we're going to see here tonight. Both teams have lived with the running game this year. That's what we're going to continue to see. Belvidere controlled the ball on their first possession, And that's the kind of thing that they want to see more of. I know Mark Miller and his entire staff want to do that this evening. What a nice shot there.
Well, Chris Allen downstairs getting the pictures along with Brian Gordon. Upstairs, Eric Slater's in the truck. Almost forgot Eric. I don't know how I could do that. Of course, Jason Levering is directing this evening. Bill Longer and Mick Nottinghoff with you tonight.
Couldn't believe during the pregame, Mick, when we were down on the field, what good shape the field was in after all that rain we had earlier this week.
It's a little thin in the middle of the field, but it's held up rather well so far. Brian Devlin comes wide to the near side as we have our first play of the second quarter. Josh Calley goes in motion. And was that a leaf or a flag that was thrown? Flags are being thrown all over the place.
Well, I don't think Josh Calley knew exactly what the count was and didn't keep running. The first flag, I believe, was for motion, and then they got a second motion penalty from the referee as he started forward and actually was heading towards the line of scrimmage and then crossed the line of scrimmage.
Procedure penalty against the County Cedars will back up at 5 yards. It'll be first and 15 at the 31 after that penalty.
But good for the County Cedars. They only count one of those.
That's right. I mean, I saw 1, 2, 3 flags coming out. At first, it didn't look like a flag, like a big leaf was being tossed around out there. First and 15 from the 31 passing situation, and it's going to be put up. A quick look, complete to Devlin, who makes the catch, dances by 1, 2, and finally hit from behind and brought down by Mark Deedle, who really wrapped him up, but not before Brian Devlin made a nice catch. His 5th reception of the season.
Devlin did a nice job. What a nice job of open field running to dodge some tacklers, and they get the yardage back they lost on that, and they give themselves a second down with about 8 now after starting out first and 15.
Well, Douglas had only come into tonight's ball game completing 32% of his passes, but he connected on that one there. So he's 1 out of 2 tonight. 2nd and 8, we'll call it. And a handoff goes to Yaisley, straight up the middle, breaks 2, 3 tackles, crosses the 50, and he's down at the 47-yard line.
Got a big first down there for the County Cedars as well. Mike Ohms finally finishes him off, but he ran right over Dorian Davis as well as an offensive lineman at the line of scrimmage. So Bob Yaisley showed us he's not only got some speed to attack the corner, he can run over people going straight ahead.
That play went for about 20 yards.
Belvidere's got a real nice group of running backs. All of them can hurt you if given the appropriate blocking up front.
Toss goes to Yaisley. Picks up a block, but gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all. So Yaisley did a nice job of trying to get outside, and this is a little bit more of the balance as Mark Garrison and Mike Ohms are in on the tackle, but a little more balance now for the County Cedars.
Mark Garrison not only made the tackle on that, at first he stood up the offensive left tackle and brought down the left tackle and the running back in one fell swoop.
2nd and 9 at the 46. And a good look at Douglas as he's under center. Fakes to the first back, now the toss on the option to Yelsley, and he's out of bounds. And he's out at about the 45-yard line.
Russ MacArthur did a nice job of being able to run with him and knock him out of bounds because Yaisley had already turned the corner and looked like he was going to get very close to the first down. As it is, they get down to about the 42 of Warren Hills.
3rd and 4 at about the 42. It looked like he stepped out around the 45, but he continued and got out at about the 42-yard line. So we'll see what they do here on a 3rd and 4. Before Calley got the call, now they're in the wishbone. And we have flags again. And the teams really didn't even get set.
Someone evidently lined up all sides for Belvidere.
Dead ball foul against the County Cedars.
Yeah, I didn't see any movement, Mick. Someone actually must have lined up ahead of the center. And those are the kinds of things that both Belvidere and Warren Hills want to avoid when both of them are so dependent on the running game.
Brings up a 3rd and 9 at the 47-yard line. And just when it looked like the County Cedars had it rolling, they face a 3rd and long situation here.
Yeah, when you're so dependent on the run, that's a big difference. A 3rd and 4 as compared to a 3rd and 9.
Wishbone situation again. with 10 minutes to play, and they're going to try to run an option, but the quarterback, Douglas, keeps it, tucks it inside, gains, maybe about 4 yards, but well shy of the first down.
And Marty Pinner made that play because he really kept his eyes on his responsibility, Brian Douglas, because Douglas was looking to pitch back to Callie, but the pitch man was right on top of Callie. He kept it, and Pinner came up with a big play.
From the 44, a 4th and 5. Josh Callie's back to kick it away. Good snap this time. Plenty of blocking and a great punt. Gonna go to the 5, and it does not get in. Great coverage, and it'll be inside the 5-yard line as the ball is down real nice by, looked like number 12.
Brett Ehas gets down there in a hurry as the ball flies over the head of Russ MacArthur. And those are the kind you're usually hoping when you're down inside your 10. Usually your coach tells you to let them go because 90% of the time they're going to go in the end zone. But right there, Brett Ehas was there, Johnny on the spot for the County Cedars, and the Warren Hills is in the hole.
There is a flag, a face mask penalty against Belvidere. This would be a 15-yard penalty.
It's thrown at the 33-yard line, so you would think that that face mask would have been on the return.
Oh, we're going to find out.
I mean, once the ball had been punted, that someone had pulled the face mask downfield.
That would seem to make sense.
And I do not believe that Belvidere would be forced to re-kick, but Warren Hills would indeed get a 15-yard penalty.
Well, let's find out. Face mask penalty.
Face mask against Belvidere. Still 4th down.
Still 4th down. They'll re-kick the football. So
perhaps
this is a great break for the Blue Streaks of Warren Hills.
Perhaps it was done at the line of scrimmage before the ball was punted away.
So what was a 4th and 5 with 15 becomes a 4th and 20 as they re-kick the football. And it goes from the 44 to about the 41-yard line of the County Cedars.
And what a change of field position here, Mick.
Callie gets this one away. Won't be as deep. Plenty of hang time. Takes a bounce for the Blue Streaks. Comes back across the 35 up to about the 30 or the 47-yard line, 37-yard line.
Hosterman downs the ball for the County Cedars, but now he had Warren Hills back on the 6-yard line, and on that penalty, which really had no bearing on the punt itself, now Warren Hills picks up 31 yards in the re-kick.
That hurts. 9:12 to play here in the first half. Two wideouts come to the left. Backs in the I formation for Dave Burge, the quarterback. Gives to the first back through. Russ MacArthur gets up to the 40-yard line, gain of 3 for MacArthur. It'll be 2nd down and 7 at the 40.
And big Eric Earhart, number 76, comes crashing across from his defensive tackle position to make the stop on MacArthur. MacArthur still gets a decent gain, but when if he's gonna run into Eric Earhart all night, he's gonna have a tough job because Eric Earhart is one of the best defensive linemen that the County Cedars put on the field, and they're all big up front.
First-year head coach Bob Lockhart, 2 years at Penn Argyl before getting the top job here at Warren Hills. 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line with 8:26 to play in the first half. Burge with a 5-step drop. Here comes the rush. Under siege and going down back at the 30-yard line. Well, that's where the junior quarterback's going to learn to throw the football away.
And Douglas and Rambo combine on that, and they both met him at just about the same time. So I would say you're going to have to give them, both of them, almost a half a sack.
First sack of the night for the County Cedars. The ball will be spotted back.
Rambo actually flushed Burge.
31-yard line.
And then Rambo and Douglas combined on the sack.
Call it 3rd and 18 with the ball at the 31-yard line. A good look down the line of scrimmage. With 7:40 to play, Burge going to have to throw. Here comes the rush. Throws a little look in, and it's incomplete. Almost set up a screen, and a late flag comes out at the 33-yard line.
And there's a penalty flag on the field, Mick. It's thrown by the umpire, and that usually indicates holding. There's an ineligible man downfield. It was number 56 for Warren Hills, and that's the center, Brian Ohms.
I wasn't quite sure if they were trying to run a screen on that play or not.
It was very slow in developing. I'll tell you, the pattern didn't look like a screen, as the receiver was definitely across the line of scrimmage. And Belvidere will refuse the penalty. Usually your screen, you like to pass the ball to your receiver behind the line of scrimmage, because then your lineman can go downfield if the pass is completed behind the line of scrimmage. But the receiver was clearly across the line of scrimmage.
Brings up a 4th and 18 at the 31. Plus the pattern was more like a slant in than the back just waiting for the play to develop. Marty Pinner will kick this one away off the side of his foot, spinning at the 40, takes a bounce and goes out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And that's where Belvidere will have it. Decent field position with 7:28 to play here in the first half. And still we are scoreless at Warren Hills tonight.
And we'll see if Belvidere gets back to what was good to them in that first drive, setting it up with the quick dive play to their big fullback, Ian Snyder, and then trying to work outside with Josh Calley. Also look for Bob Yeisley. You know, Belvidere almost runs by committee, but they got so many kids that are of equal talent, and they're all better than average, so you have to get them into the offense.
1st and 10 for the County Cedars. We'll call it the 36-yard line. A lot of holes in that line, so they run off tackle on the left side. Bob Yelsley goes across the 40 to about the 43. A spread formation up front with the front four, and they just picked the gap and ran into it.
Mike Ohms finally made the stop, but Belvidere pretty much straight ahead blocking on that, does a nice job on first down. And 2nd and 5, or 2nd and a long 5 here, that's the kind of situation you want to be in. Gives you 2 more plays to make the first down and some other options.
Going to call it the 43, 2nd and 5. Belvidere with 4 first downs. The Blue Streaks have none. And we have a whistle. Little equipment repair. Now we're set to go. Scoreless game, 6:52 to play here in the first half. Calley goes in motion to the left. 2 wideouts to the right, and a handoff to the first back through, and that is the fullback. Ian Schneider gains about a yard on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and 6.
Number 88, Mark Dietel.
Mark Dietel was in on the stop.
And also for Warren Hills, number 57, Damian B.
Brings up 3rd down and 3. Timeout on the field.
And we have a timeout called by the County Cedars with 6:19 to play here in the first half. This ball game is scoreless, and we'll come back with more after this message.
Benvenuti a Mamma's Pizza. Oggi con la nuova ampliazione per 23 anni è stato un piacere di nostra famiglia servire a vostra famiglia. Mamma's Pizza offre la più fresca e tradizionale lavorazione come fatta in casa. La nuova pizza napolitana, la siciliana, la ripiena o di vegetale. Non dimenticate, dopo cena, il cinema o passeggio, offrite ai vostri bambini un pallone, un rinfresco o tartufo. E per mamma e papà il delizioso cappuccino o espresso. Ricordate subito e amichevole servizio di nostra famiglia la sua.
Welcome back. 6:19 to play here in the first half. And this ball game has been kind of vanillaville so far. We only have 4 first downs off of the County Cedars and only 1 in this quarter.
Well, I'll tell you, Mark Miller and his staff did a good job in preparing for this game. Now they've got to cash in on this offensive drive.
3rd and 3 at the 44-yard line. Getting close to the midfield stripe, and I don't know if he just missed the count, misfired or whatever, but that was Brian McBriarty, the big 6'4", 250-pound junior, and you can't miss him too much, can you?
No, he was there to take the bus, and he took off before the bus arrived, is what he did. But these things happen from time to time. You don't like to see it happen because now it puts them in a little bit tougher situation.
4th and 8 at the 39. Passing down here for the County Cedars. And almost looked like an audible as Douglas stood up and barked out the signal from under the center. Fakes once, throws deep to the far sideline. Man is open. Calley cannot make the catch. Josh Calley was open. It hit him in the numbers, but he was kind of turned around. Didn't really have his feet under him, and he could not come up with the football.
Yeah, he would have liked to have that ball on his inside shoulder or his left shoulder. not as he was doing a fly pattern, but he'd like to have that ball on the inside towards the goalpost, and the ball was thrown slightly to his outside, and he just couldn't make the adjustment to come down with the football.
So now we have a 1st and 10 at the, well, no, punting situation here. I'll beg your pardon. I almost got lost after that penalty on McBriety, and the kick goes at the 40-yard line, will bounce and roll down at the 36, and that's where the Blue Streaks will have it 1st and 10.
So basically what we have here is a punt exchange, and Warren Hills makes out good to a 5 or 6 yards to the good here.
Well, we have 6:03 to play in the first half.
As I was saying before, Mick, Mark Miller, Bill Cole and his company, the entire Belvidere staff deserves some credit here, because you know kids read newspapers, and on paper Warren Hills is a major favorite, but here they're playing even up with them in the first half.
Well, if I'm correct, I think both ball clubs lost to Delaware Valley, if that's any kind of yardstick that you can use. On 1st and 10, Dorian Davis, big hole, and he could go. He will sprint past everyone, and Dorian Davis takes it down the field for a touchdown.
What a hole big enough to drive a truck through, and some people tried to converge at the point of the attack for the County Cedars, but there was nothing doing. They couldn't even get a hand on him. Davis was to the hole so fast.
63 yards on the run for Davis. 5:40 to play here in the first half. 6-0, and now we'll see if they go for the 2-point conversion or just have Marty Pinner kick the extra point.
And don't you know, as soon as we say about playing even up, there we go, bang, Davis goes 63 yards.
Mike Romano will be the player on for the extra point. He'll try it straight forward, and they'll run a fake. Burge throws to the end zone, complete to MacArthur for the 2-point conversion. 8-0 is the score with 5:40 to play here in the first half, and just like that, the Blue Streaks are streaking. Dave Phillips Music and Sound is a guitar store. Dave Phillips Music and Sound is a drum store. Dave Phillips Music and Sound is a keyboard store. Dave Phillips Music and Sound is a pro audio store. Dave Phillips Music and Sound is a woodwind and brass store. Dave Phillips Music and Sound is a music store. Filling the needs of musicians since 1977 with quality products at low music and sound prices. Dave Phillips Music and Sound, the best in music and sound.
Emily Brown, Amy Hoffman.
It only took Dorian Davis 17 seconds to ramble 63 yards. And there's your first scoring play of the ball game tonight, Bill.
And Warren Hills had yet to get a first down. I believe they get one on the way past the first down marker for the touchdown, and that's the only one of the game.
Just like that. And it really wasn't like off tackle or anything. It was just behind the guard on the left side, went straight up the middle, and he was gone.
Yeah, it was the guard center hold, and he was gone in a hurry.
For the Blue Streaks, number 67, Mike Romano, and there's number
on the kick. It's going to be taken by one of the up backs, and it's fumbled, picked up on the run by Hosterman, and he breaks a couple of tackles, comes across the 40-yard line to the 43. Chris Hosterman was kind of dribbling that one for about 5 yards.
Boy, he was lucky, too, because you know that's a live football.
He's brought down by number 77, Jeremy Smith.
The return goes for about 15, 16 yards. Nice run by Chris Hosterman.
Ken Hofkazang was the man there to meet him. And now Belvidere, no reason to panic. They've got a lot of time here in the first half and decent field position to get right back in this with a good drive.
8-0 to score with 5:26 to play, and a good look at Brian Douglas, who's under center. Sends Callie in motion, fakes to the first back, gives to Yelsley, the second back through. Big hole, and he is very close to a first down, about a 9.5-yard run for Bob Yaisley.
And Burge makes a saving stop. Yaisley through the hole in a hurry into the Warren Hills secondary. And I'll tell you, Coach Bob Lockhart of Warren Hills doesn't like what he sees there.
47-yard line.
47-yard line, good enough for 10 yards on a first down for Yaisley.
Belvidere definitely a little bit bigger up front in the offensive and defensive fronts. And they'll try to exploit that if they can here as we're getting near halftime.
5th first down of the night. 1st and 10 at the 47 of the Blue Streaks. County Cedars trying to come back now. They're down by a score of 8-0. Fake to the first back. Callie trying to get outside. Hit at the 50 and going down. Number 67, Mike Romano, the senior, 5'8", 170-pounder, making the tackle. Good look at Mike right there.
Warren Hills bringing their linebackers across on that one. Reading run all the way. freelancing across there. And a nice job to tackle him before he could get outside.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12, 4.5 minutes to play in the first half here tonight at Warren Hills. Polidoro comes wide to the near side from the wishbone. They fake to the first back, run the toss, sweep to the right. Callie picks up one block, and he's close to the 42-yard line. Josh Callie did a nice job at turning the corner. Dave Burge and Mike Holmes were in on the tackle.
Yeah, they combine on the stop and do a nice job, but that's quite a ways downfield here. You know, we get a long run because the pitch was so deep in the backfield, and Callie ran a long way to get 4 yards.
44-yard line.
And Belvidere would like nothing more to convert on this one. They're not quite in 4-down territory yet, though.
Well, they put the spot back about 2 yards closer to the original line of scrimmage. Call it 3rd and 7. And here's a passing situation. Scrambling, rolling, loading up, and going deep, and it's incomplete.
And Callie once again, this time on an out pattern on the far side of the field, again has at least 2 steps on the defender against Dave Burge this time, but the ball just slightly overthrown once again. It's the second time now, Mick.
Tougher pass to throw it away to the far sideline as well.
Yeah, because you're not only throwing it 25 yards downfield, you're throwing it another 25 or so across field.
Absolutely correct. And if you can take Burge one-on-one, well, maybe you run the post pattern next time deep. Here's the punt from Callie. The kick is away, angling for the corner. It bounces at the 20. It'll roll inside the 20 down to about the 18-yard line, and that's where the Blue Streaks will have it 1st and 10 with 3:29 to play here in the first half.
Mark Deedle, number 88, once again came very, very close for Warren Hills in blocking that punt. Well, I'll tell you, I think I was the jinx for Belvidere there before. We gave them the compliment of being the slight underdog in this football game and doing so well through the first period and a half. And no sooner did we say that before Warren Hills hadn't even gained a first down. Davis ran for a touchdown on the last possession.
1st and 10 at the 18. Now, a big defensive stop here. You'll get the football back with about 1.5 minutes, close to 2 minutes. If you just keep them 3-4 yards at a clip, make them maybe punt the football, get it back near midfield if you can. Have a last shot at the end zone before the half comes to a close. So it's a big defensive stand right now for the County Cedars. 1st and 10, Blue Streaks on the 18-yard line. A good look at Burge under center. It gives to the first back, MacArthur. Hit at the line of scrimmage, gain of 2 to bring up a 2nd and 8.
Tackled by Kevin Rambo. Also getting some help from Eric Earhart. Not a bad gain on 1st down. But one thing is, Belvidere, a very run-oriented team, but you know, when they were forced into an emergency situation with Brian Douglas at quarterback on the game that you and I had earlier in the season against Voorhees, Douglas did a real nice job throwing the football.
Well, here, they're going to call it 2nd and 6. I didn't think he had that much. Fakes to the first back, gives to Davis. Nothing going here, maybe a gain of 1.
Rambo, once again, along with Earhart, combine on the stop. And I'll tell you, you know, neither one of those runs by Warren Hills looked like much at all, but they've got 3rd and a long 3 here.
Well, the ball at the 25-yard line.
Ball's on their own 24-yard line.
Going wide to the far side is Mark Bordick. See if Burge puts it up here. 2-step drop, quick out, overthrew everybody, incomplete. And a missed read there because I think you had Mark Bordick making the read. He kind of went to the outside, cut it back inside, and had nobody near him, and the ball went to the side where he cut. Quarterback almost has to read the receiver in that instance, and Burge did not do it.
5-0-2.
So with the incomplete pass, it brings up a 4th and 4 from the 25-yard line. Pinner will kick it away, and it was, I don't know if it was partially blocked or not.
Partially blocked by number 80 for Belvidere, and that's Keith Polidoro, and he came very close to blocking one early.
Number 80, Keith Polidoro.
Keith Polidoro for Belvidere, along with Mark Deedle for Warren Hills, have been in a block punting contest, or attempted block punting contest, and this time Polidoro gets a hand on it, and Belvidere is smelling like a rose. And Mick, your prediction was correct. If Belvidere can hold them, they get the ball back with a minute and a half, minute 52.
I thought they'd get it closer to midfield. Here they have great field position across the 35 at about the 33-yard line of Warren Hills. So Belvidere has the football with 1:52. I said about 2 minutes. They're in great shape here to go down the field and punch one in and really get back in this ball game, trailing down the score of 8-0.
And they've got a lot of time here. They can keep the ball on the ground for a while, too, like they like to do.
Well, the up man on the wishbone is Ian Schneider. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line, and a quick look, pass it on first down. Here's the post pattern, incomplete.
And tipped away at the last second by Mark Bordick. Mark Bordick is the one who's got the hand on the football, because Ehas was open and the ball was threaded right in there by Douglas, but at the last second Bordick got up to tip it away with some help from Dave Burge.
Well, that time you saw a little zone coverage, and it helped out. They were able to take Burge one-on-one and maybe get by him with Callie, but here, by having two guys deep, they helped cover that pass nicely. 2nd and 10 at the 33. They're going to throw it again. Douglas throws it short, complete to Ehas, who stumbles across the 25-yard line down at about the 24.
Mike Romano makes the stop. Nice crossing pattern by Ehas, but Romano was right on his back. He's going to bring up a 3rd in a short situation with 1:12 and counting left to go here in the second quarter.
Going to call it 3rd and 2. Little fullback dive here will give you a first down with about 1 minute to play in the half.
Belvidere still has 2 timeouts, Mick.
I formation. Give to the deep man. Yelsley has the first down, cuts it back inside, and he crosses the 20-yard line. And I think we're going to get a timeout here.
MacArthur and Burge combine on the stop, as they're going to get it down just inside the 20-yard line.
First down and a timeout with 49 seconds to play as the County Cedars are moving it down the field. When we say Basics and Blues is the area's largest store for jeans and more, believe it. Our warehouse floor is stocked with quality jeanswear and casual clothing for men, women, and children at discount prices. Basics and Blues, where you'll find all of the brand names you know, like Wrangler, Lee, Bugle Boy, BVD, Jockey, JanSport, Wigwam, Health-Tex, Oshkosh, and more. You haven't shopped for blue jeans until you've shopped at Basics and Blues. Basics and Blues in the Ames Plaza, Route 57, Washington. Welcome back. 49 seconds to play, 8-0's the score, and we were just mentioning during the break, it's the 6th first down for the County Cedars, as they have it 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. It's been 3 plays and out, except for the touchdown run by Davis tonight for the Blue Streaks. So actually the County Cedars have outplayed them offensively. And Douglas is going to throw, has a man open on the far side, makes the catch. Yelsley to about the 5-yard line, and he'll be very close to a first down. I think he has it.
He's knocked down out of bounds on the far side of the field by number 20, Mark Bordick. And we'll see where they mark the ball. It's going to be down at about the 6-yard line.
1st and goal at the 6. And now they are in a pro set. 2 wide outs to the right, and a quick toss on a look in, intercepted at the goal line in the end zone by Mike Romano.
Mike Romano, what a job. He was looking inside to Mike Crowley, and he was off balance, throwing off of his back foot. Crowley was open momentarily, but the ball was thrown low, and Romano was right there to pick it off. Well, actually down on a knee when he caught the football.
They'll come out to the 20-yard line on the interception by Romano. And that really hurts because there's 32 seconds left. They had a 1st and goal at the 6 with plenty of opportunities to punch it in. And they threw into more or less double coverage. And sometimes you'll have that inexperience at the quarterback position showing through. And it happened right there. Here is, that was either Davis or MacArthur. I didn't quite see.
That was Davis on the carry.
And he has a couple.
Number 22, Josh Cowley, and number 24, Brian.
Cowley along with Kevin Rambo combine on the stop. And, you know, he got some pressure in the backfield, too. The defensive end, Mark Dietl, was crashing across in a hurry, and that's what forced Douglas to throw off of his back foot. And it was a pitch kind of low and outside, and Romano, who had his eyes on Douglas all the way, picked that one off quite easily.
Time will run out as the first half. Clock says 0. I think they're going to let him get one more playoff here. The official time's on the field. It goes to MacArthur straight up the middle, and he comes across the 25-yard line, shy of the first down.
Ian Schneider comes in on the stop, and that should be
the end.
All she wrote for this half, but evidently they're marking it now for third down.
And now time has expired. So we have reached the end of the first half. 8-0 is the score. A 63-yard touchdown run by Dorian Davis, the story here in the first half. We'll come back to the second half in a moment. Welcome back to the second half of football here on Northwest Community TV Channel 34. Mick Moninghoff and Bill Lunger with you tonight. Eric Slater, Jason Levering, Chris Allen, and Brian Gordon on the crew this evening. And we're at the half, 8-0 to score. And when Bill says you want to do a recap, I'll give you a recap. One play, 63 yards in 17 seconds. Dorian Davis took it down the field, 63 yards, and that's the only score we have. They did convert a two-point conversion. Warren Hills did for the 8-0 lead. The big play, though, came with just seconds remaining in the first half as Belvidere got a block punt, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line, got a first down at the 19 on a completed pass to Yisley. They ran Yisley to the 6-yard line, 1st and goal at the 6. Romano comes up with an interception in the end zone, and that thwarts the chance to tie up the ball game at halftime.
Yeah, and the first down picture isn't real pretty either. What is it, 7-1 in favor of Belvidere, Mick, and Warren Hills' one first down is when Mr. Davis ran past the first down marker en route to his touchdown. So Warren Hills would like to do something more here offensively. Belvidere definitely won the yardage game here in the first half, and we'll have to see what they can do. You know, we've got some young players over there on that side of the field, on the Belvidere side, and the one thing they have to be concerned about is, hey, you know, we can drive the football on these people. We've got to come away with some points, though, and keep our heads up and stay in the football game.
Well, just taking a look at what the County Cedars had done defensively, they had, outside of the 63-yard touchdown run, held the Blue Streaks on 3 other possessions where they went 3 plays and out, and that was it. So the game captains come back on the field. MacArthur, along with Marty Pinter, and also number 86. That is Scott Riddell, the captains for the Blue Streaks of Warren Hills. Ian Schneider out there along with Chris Hosterman. Number 24 is Brian Douglas. And number 76 up front
Warren Hills will receive, start the second half.
for the County Cedars is Eric Earhart. And so we're set to go for the start of the second half here on Northwest Community TV Channel 34. We'll take a look at the upcoming game. Well, we're not going to have the ball game for you next weekend, but the following weekend we start the first of 3 major rivalries, and we start off in Morris County the Mount Olive Marauders and the Wolfpack of West Morris. That'll be on November the 5th and 8th. You can see it on Northwest Community TV Channel 34. Note the 10:30 start on Friday, November the 5th. And then after that, down the road, you're going to have the battle for the Skyland Conference, Hackettstown and Warren Hills. And we end out with the Hunterdon County Showdown with the North Hunterdon Lions and the Vikings from Voorhees High School. So Morris County, Warren County, Hunterdon County, all three counties, we cover it all right here on Northwest Community TV Channel 34.
3 big football games, Mick, and the real big one there to start it off with Mount Olive and West Morris Central. Could be the last time they'll play for a while, with West Morris moving out of the Hills Division into the Iron Division next year.
Also state implications hanging in the balance for West Morris as well, because they have played phenomenally, only given up 3 points so far this season going into this weekend. On the kick, it is Squibb that's going to stay in bounds. MacArthur will pick it up at about the 10-yard line to the 15, and that is all. MacArthur is dropped. Ehas, second time tonight he has shown up on the special teams making big plays.
Brett Ehas on specialty teams, as you stated, Mick. What a job he is doing down there. I'll tell you, he's not only running down there hell-bent for election, he's under control and making the tackle. Sometimes when you have a speedster get down there on the ball, they get down there and they're not under control and they run right by the ball carrier, not Brent Ehas. That's the second time tonight he's made the stop on specialties.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup. We have Garrison, Pinter, Holmes, Romano, and the other Holmes up front. And in the backfield, Burge, Davis, MacArthur, Riddell, Deedle, and Bordick. We'll take a look at the starting defense right after the snap. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line for the Blue Streaks. And a handoff straight ahead for about a yard to Russ MacArthur. County Cedars coming out defensively with Delaney, Earhart, Constantino, Rambo, Ehas, and Wellington. And look at those linebackers, 5 linebackers tonight. Cowley, Douglas, Schneider, Hosterman, and Yeisley.
And Yeisley is the man that got the stop on the last play, holding Warren Hills to a short gain on 1st down. And Belvidere starts off right away here with a good defense once again like they had in the first half.
2nd and 9 at the 16-yard line. Linebackers cheating up a little bit. The corners are up tight. Nobody more than 11 yards off the ball. Here comes MacArthur straight up the middle and crosses the 25-yard line. He'll be very close to a 1st down. And that was reminiscent to the play where Davis went 63 yards for a touchdown.
Eric Earhart and Josh Kelly combine on the stop. Nice gainer and makes it 3rd and short. Warren Hills has some options here.
3rd and 1, gain of 7
on 3rd down in this 3rd and short situation. But yeah, there was a good hole right up front, and Earhart had to bring MacArthur down from behind.
3rd and 1 at the 25. You got a good look there at MacArthur. He's been doing a great job this year for the Blue Streaks. He's the blocking back for Davis. Everybody fired off in a hurry, and they went on the quarterback count. Burge has the 1st down. Dave Burge, it looked like he was so fast coming out from behind the center, Brian Holmes, that it looked like they were offside, but they weren't.
Yeah, just a quick count with the center and the quarterback going ahead in a hurry. Just a touch count on the part of Burge, gets the ball ahead.
27-yard line.
Earhart makes the stop, and that's only the 2nd 1st down for Warren Hills in the contest.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. First possession of the 2nd half. This is Davis going up the middle, and he grinds out about close to 5 good yards.
Earhart once again the 1st man there, also getting some help from Josh Cowley, and Warren Hills picking up some nice yardage here on 1st down.
Might want to take a look inside the numbers on Dorian Davis the next time we have a look at him, because he really has some impressive numbers this season.
33-yard line.
9:44 to play, and here we have a 2nd and 5. And the ball spotted at the 33. Burge is under center. Gonna hand off to Dorian Davis, going nowhere that time. And it'll bring up about a 3rd and 4, because he gets maybe a yard to the 34-yard line.
Rambo along with Jason Constantino, also getting some help from Bob Yeisley. Nice gang tackling on the part of Belvidere. Warren Hills had a nice 2nd down, a 2nd and 5 situation, and now Warren Hills holds them for a short gain, and Warren Hills faces a 3rd down, and they haven't done a good job thus far in the game converting 3rd downs.
And they haven't thrown the football that well either. From the pro set, one split end to the right. Burge hands off, gives to the fullback straight ahead, and Russ MacArthur is going to be about 3 yards shy of a 1st down.
Brought down by number 24, Brian Douglas.
Brian Douglas was in on the tackle.
Also getting some help from Josh Cowley. Cowley did a good job getting off his block that time to get on the stop and hold Warren Hills to about a yard here to go. And even though the marker on the far side says first down, it actually still is fourth down.
It's a fourth down and about 1, and they're going to kick it away. Marty Pinner gets this one off. Slipped as he kicked it, but still it's a decent kick. On the dead run, it's taken by Cowley, or rather, that's Toby Wellington, who spins to the 40-yard line.
Davis had him wrapped up, and then Deedle makes the final stop there for Warren Hills. Scott Riddell also in on that. And Keith Polidoro came across for Belvidere once again. Looked like he was going to get in there to make a shot at the blocking the ball, but Joe Borowski, number 44, was kept in there this time by Warren Hills to keep him off the punter.
1st and 10 for Brian Douglas, who's the quarterback. And Schneider and Bob Yelsley are behind him in the backfield. A handoff goes to Ian Schneider. And we'll give him a yard for the sake of the effort. 7:50 on the clock, and the clock's moving here in the third quarter. Still an 8-0 ball game. 63-yard touchdown run for Dorian Davis, the lone score in tonight's ball game, along with a 2-point conversion.
Marty Pinner, the nose tackle, once again making a stop for Warren Hills, holding Belvidere and Schneider to a very short game as he stood up Belvidere's center, Paul Peacock, and got across the line of scrimmage for the stop.
2nd and 8 with the ball at the 42-yard line. Pro set formation. Here is Schneider. Crosses the 45 up to about the 47-yard line. So
brought down by number 1, Russ McArthur.
Gain of about 4 there. And we have an official timeout with a man down on the field. And let's see who that is. It's number 88.
Deedle gets up a little bit slow. He was one of the men in on the stop. And because of the official's timeout, he's going to have to come out of the football game.
So Deedle will be waved out. Call it 3rd and 5 with the ball at the 47. And we have 7:06 to play in an 8-0 ball game. I thought we'd see Warren Hills maybe flexing a little bit here, getting ready for the tougher part of their schedule. But it hasn't been the case.
Holmes replaces Deedle on defense.
Devlin comes wide to the near side. Yaisley goes in motion. On the option toss, it goes to Cali, nowhere to go, and he's going down back at the 41-yard line. Great pursuit. Marty Pinter coming in on the tackle.
But Mike Holmes, number 51, Mick, is the man that forced that play back inside. He's the guy that had the pitch man, and he played his position and forced the play back inside and enabled the pursuit to get there to cut him off.
4th and 9, and Josh Cali is on to kick it away. Davis and MacArthur are back. Here comes the rush. The kick is away. Nice high spiral at the 30-yard line. Dorian Davis to the 32, and that is all. Good coverage that time by number 82 for the Belvidere County Cedars. Kurnow comes up to make the tackle. Backup tight end.
On the exchange, Warren Hills still with some pretty good field position as we're midway through the third. And they came up with their first down of the second half here on their last drive. They're going to have some sustained offense if they hope to keep this lead.
It's a matter of time for the Belvidere offense to get on the scoreboard. Dorian Davis trying to go off tackle on the right side, gets to the 35-yard line, and that's all. A gain of about 3 for Davis. 2nd and 7 at the 35.
Toby Wellington came up to stop that slant off on the outside. Davis had a nice head of steam and a step or two, and Belvidere had crunched down and pinched down so much that he would have been off to the races, but Ehas combines with Wellington to make the stop.
Call it 2nd and 7 with 5:21 to play here in the third quarter. Still an 8-0 ball game for the Warren Hills Blue Streaks. Linebackers are really uptight. And they're going to throw. Here comes the rush. Dave Burge under siege, throws to the near sideline and threw it away into the front row of the crowd on the Belvidere side of the football field.
And that was a very smart play by Dave Burge because he had nothing going with a lot of pressure, and there's a penalty flag over in front of the Belvidere bench where the ball went out of play, and they may have ruled that he didn't have a receiver in the area.
That's a pretty tough call, because when you run a guy in a sideline route, who's to say he wasn't in the area?
That's what the call is going to be.
Ooh, that's a tough penalty. Intentional grounding, and that's a loss of down, correct?
Most certainly is. Mark Bordick was within about 15 yards of the ball at the far hash mark down at about the Belvidere 45-yard line. The ball was thrown out at about the Warren Hills 48 on the far side.
Now, I'd rather see him do that than throw that ball into the ground at somebody's feet when you know there's no way he's going to catch the football.
Yeah, yeah, you can say that he did throw it away. Here's a look at Bob Lockhart, the first-year head coach at Warren Hills. I'm sure he's a little bit upset about that. Yeah, he obviously did throw it away, but there was someone within the area code. You know, it's not like he threw it the next zip code.
That's right.
There was someone in the neighborhood.
You teach a kid to throw the football away and not take the sack, and you get guys running the sideline route, throw it over, head into the bench, and he did that.
It's the right call, but it was a tough call.
That's a tough one. And Bob Lockhart didn't like it either. Call it third and, about 7. Here comes a passing situation here, deep down the center of the field, underthrown and incomplete. Everybody wants an interference call, as Callie had Dorian Davis wrapped up, but no flags come out.
No, that wasn't pretty at all. Bordick and Davis were both in the same area of the field, down at about the 30-yard line of Belvidere, and the ball was definitely, it looked almost like an end-over-end punt because it didn't have a real tight spiral on it. It gave Belvidere enough time to converge on it, 2 defenders, and Warren Hills had 2 receivers in the same area. And it just wasn't a pretty play at all, but there definitely wasn't any pass interference there.
Well, once again, we have 3 plays and out for the Blue Streaks. Marty Pinter going to kick the football away. Bounces at about the 35, and here is Wellington up to the 40. Finds a seam, crosses the 40 to the 42, and that is all.
Number 67, Mike Romano. Number 77.
Number 44, Joe Borowski, makes the tackle for Warren Hills, and he did a nice job of getting downfield. Keith Polidoro, number 80 of Belvidere, has been a non-factor on Warren Hills' last 2 punts, as head coach Bob Lockhart has opted to keep Joe Borowski, marrying him to keep him away from the punter, and then Borowski gets all the way downfield to make the stop.
Now, down in this situation, we haven't seen Belvidere throw on first down, I believe, except for the interception at the goal line. Here they have a 1st and 10 on their own 42 near midfield. 4:37 to play. Fake to the first back, second back through. Josh Callie has plenty of blockers, and he grinds out about 9 good yards. Great run by Josh Callie. And although the football came loose, they're going to rule that he was down.
Marty Pinner is the man that finally made the stop. Nice blocking on the left side of the line for Callie to get his first 2 yards in that run, but then it was just pure Josh Callie the rest of the way as he ran over 2 other tacklers before Pinner brought him down out at midfield.
2nd and 8 officially.
Just a question of time on this punt exchange for one team to take advantage, because both teams have been starting near the 40-yard line in their possessions.
Belvidere's got to score soon. I formation. And the handoff goes to Yaisley. He has nice running room. Going off the right side behind Kevin Rambo and Brian McBriarty, but we have a flag back in the Belvidere backfield.
Jeremy Smith, the left defensive end for Warren Hills, was trying to get into the flow of the ball, and he looked like he was tackled. Now we're going to have motion against that. I could have sworn that he was held or tackled. Jeremy Smith was tackled on the play, but they're going to call the illegal motion against the County Cedars.
That will wipe out what would have been a first down. It'll be 2nd down. And let's see where they put the ball back. At the 45-yard line.
About 7 yards.
Ball's resting on Belvidere's 45-yard line.
Time winding down, 3:42 on the clock, and an 8-0 lead, and here's a pass attempt. Douglas goes to the far sideline, overthrew his intended receiver, Brian Devlin, incomplete.
Devlin, there was really nothing there. He was covered pretty well. He looked like he was open to the last second because he was watching the football and got within a yard or so of it, but just couldn't bring it in.
Well, that brings up a 3rd down situation. Still 3rd and 7 at the 45-yard line after the incompleted pass.
Oh, these little nit and nat 5-yard penalties can really hurt when you have that run-oriented offense, Mick.
Now, the other big play of the first half, we talked about penalties, was that 15-yard face mask where they made him re-kick the football, as Belvidere would have had the Blue Streaks backed up at their own 5-yard line. They fake to the first back. Here comes a roll to the right. overthrew Yeisley, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, and Yeisley was open momentarily, covered by Russ MacArthur down near the Warren Hills 40-yard line. And I'll tell you, that was a real nice fake by Brian Douglas. Probably the best fake he's thrown all night long.
But with the incomplete pass, it's going to bring up 4th and long.
But you're kind of telegraphing that if you're Belvidere in a 3rd and long situation, you know they're going to pass. You'd like to see maybe the County Cedars try that on 1st down.
First down's a good passing down. Look at this snap. It's high, it's long. He gets the kick away. We could get a rough the kicker. Are they going to say that they blocked the football?
They may have touched the football. We don't see a flag there in the backfield. But as you said before, Mick, we've got a lot of big yellow leaves on the field. But there is no penalty flag.
Well, actually, it was a kind of a short pump, but I didn't see anybody really get a hand on it. And there was plenty of contact, so that would be an automatic first down. And the Belvidere coaching staff is like running rampant along the far sideline. They were looking for the penalty, but there was none called.
Referee Ira Yorn right on top of it, though. Evidently, he thought maybe perhaps the ball was touched.
It had it. You got to credit it as a block punt, because otherwise they throw the flag. It would have to be a block punt.
But once again, the snap coming back from the long snap man of Belvidere high and giving Warren Hills time to get back there.
1st and 10 at about the 36-yard line. And they just run straight up the middle on 1st down. Number 44 on a carry that time.
Joe Borowski.
First time he's carried a football tonight.
And Ian Snyder was one of the first men in there on his stop among 4 other Belvidere tacklers. Not a bad game for Warren Hills on 1st down, but Warren Hills still just 2 first downs in this football game.
2nd and 6 are about the 38-yard line. And we're down to 2:35 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Here comes the blitz. Callie trying to get through. Burge with time down the middle, caught across the 45-yard line at the 43. And coming up with a diving catch,
Mark Deedle.
88, Mark Deedle.
He was running that post pattern, and he was open underneath, and the ball was thrown low, but he got down and makes the shoestring catch.
44-yard line.
One of the rare first downs for the County Cedars tonight. 1st and 10, call it the 44-yard line of the County Cedars of Belvidere.
According to your calculations, that's only their 3rd first down. They're 2nd here now in the 2nd half.
That is correct. And this just might get them going. They have been stymied all night long. And it was a pass play that might have ignited a man in motion to the near side. That's Bordick. Toss to Davis. Cuts it inside, picks up a block, comes across the 35 to about the 34-yard line. So Dorian Davis brought down by Josh Callie, and it's the 2nd time tonight that he got into the secondary. This time they stopped him.
And a nice job of getting Davis outside in a hurry. He's having trouble except for the one big touchdown run, and that was an inside run where there was a big hole up the middle. This time they give the toss to him, or the pitch, and he gets a little more speed to get outside a little bit quicker.
2nd and 1. A chance for another first down here at the 35-yard line of Belvidere. Inside 1:28 to play in the 3rd quarter. Backs in a pro set. Burge keeps it himself. He will be close to the first down. Cut it back inside. Started to take off around the corner, then got back in the hole behind the right tackle. And he has the first down.
Not quite sure if that was by design. I think he was looking for his big fullback, Russ MacArthur. MacArthur wasn't there, and Burge does a nice job to pick up the first down.
Well, now they have 4 first downs and 3 of them here in the 2nd half. The center, Brian Holmes, will bring them up. Mark Bordick comes wide to the near side. Deedle split to the right. Burge is looking right. Now goes down the middle, complete. Completes a pass at a 25-yard line. Scott Liddell comes up with a catch from the tight end spot.
And he's brought down by number 44, Ian Snyder. Nice little pop pass across the center. It was almost looked like a screenplay as Burge just kept dropping deeper and deeper and deeper, and then his tight end comes across the middle and he fires it in there for a good gain on first down.
2nd and 3 at the 25. First time they've got the tight end in the passing offense tonight. 26 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter, and they run MacArthur straight ahead. He'll be close to the first down. I think he has it at the 20-yard line.
Kevin Rambo trips him up. And then Eric Earhart and Brent Ehas come in and combine on the stop. And yeah, that's good for another Warren Hills first down. And what's that, their fifth? And 3 of them have come on this drive, I believe.
That is correct. The drive started back at the 34-yard line, and right now they're knocking on the door at the Warren Hills 20. Well, the only trip inside our red zone tonight resulted in an interception as Douglas was picked off at the goal line by Romano. And now they say time has expired in the third quarter. So we have played 3 here, and the score remains 8-0 Warren Hills. We'll come back with the final quarter in a moment.
Hi, I'm Mark, owner of Amco Transmissions here in Hackettstown. Over the past years, we've been collecting customer response cards from people who've had work done here at Amco. These are just a few of our customers that have experienced the Amco advantage. When your car, truck's transmission, or clutch acts up, come in and see for yourself and become a part of the Amco family of satisfied customers. And remember, at Amco, 100% customer satisfaction is guaranteed.
Brought to you by the Men of Amco, AA MCO. Well, that scoreboard hasn't changed since early on in tonight's first half. 8-0 is the score. Dorian Davis, a 63-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion was a completed pass for 2, and that's where we stand, 8-0.
Another thing Warren Hills is doing on this drive, Mick, they're shortening the game, getting these first downs and eating up the clock because Belvidere is far overdue on offense.
1st and 10 Street, throw from the Belvidere 21-yard line.
Belvidere only had the football 3 times in the quarter. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line as we start the 4th. Nothing happening there as Russ MacArthur barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
Not much there at all as 5 red helmets of the Belvidere County Cedars.
Kevin Rambo and number 10, Bob Yaisley.
Bob Yaisley is the first man to get there. Rambo, along with Constantino, also combining on the stop for the County Cedars. And Warren Hills would have liked to have had more than that, just about a yard on first down.
2nd and 9 at the 19. As they can still get a first down and keep the drive alive, but now it's crunch time. Burge hands off to Davis. Maybe a couple, but that is all for Dorian Davis.
And Yaisley, Earhart, and Brian Douglas all firing across there on the stop. So he gets 2 yards on the game, but boy, they were tough yards. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Blue Streaks.
3rd and 6. The ball is outside the 15. We're going to call it about the 16-yard line.
And that's a long 6 yards, too, for that first down.
That's right. Just underway in a 4th quarter. Mick Mottinghoff and Bill Lunger with you tonight from Warren Hills, and the Blue Streaks trying to add to an 8-0 lead, but running into a stone wall here. 3rd and 6 against the Belvidere defense. Burge runs an option, cuts it back inside himself. He does not have a first down from my vantage point. It'll be close, but I don't think he got it.
Kevin Rambo was the first man there on the stop. And he's going to be short of it. It's going to be 4th down for Warren Hills. But I'll tell you, at first I thought he made a good read, but no one was there at all for Belvidere at the line of scrimmage to pick up the quarterback or the pitch man. So if Burge would have pitched it back, he would have been a blocker then out in front of the pitchman himself.
What do you call out of the playbook here? You need a 4th and 2. Do you kick the field goal? Do you go for the first down? They're going. 4th and 2 with a ball at about the 14-yard line. Burge has him in a pro set, gives to MacArthur straight ahead, and I think he has enough for the first down.
Eric Earhart makes the stop.
Tackle by Eric Earhart.
And there's a first down for Russ MacArthur.
Off right tackle, and Mark Garrison is the man that made the block up front to get the little bit of push that they needed. Now they have a 1st and goal at about the 9-yard line.
1st and goal Streaks for the Belvidere 9.
We'll call it the 9-yard line, and with that first down, it is number 6. 4th one in this drive that started back at the 34-yard line. So they have to go 76 yards to pay dirt and about 9 more to go. hand of MacArthur. Did not take the pitch. Now it goes to Davis. Turns the corner. Struck down at about the 9. So really no gain for Dorian Davis.
And the stop made by Delaney. But the man that forced that back and forced Davis to go a little bit wider than he wanted and enabling Delaney to make the stop was Brian Douglas, number 24. He's going to pick up maybe a half a yard or so down, a little bit closer to the 8. But a nice job overall defensively for the County Cedars.
Burge kind of stumbled as he took that snap too, and that's one of the reasons why I think that play was slow in developing. Now they go to a regular I formation. The wide side is the left. They might sprint out that way. Let's see. Well, they're going to give to Davis. Goes off the right side to the 5. Goes close to the goal line. They keep the clock running, so he did not get in. They're going to mark him down at the 1. So Dorian Davis has the door shut on him, but was that the 5-yard line? I'm sorry, the 5. Low angle here.
Douglas and Hosterman make the stop. Nothing off tackle. The first man through the hole was Russ MacArthur, but the hole closed in a hurry. And Belvidere takes the timeout with Warren Hills with the ball on the 5.
We'll take one here as well. 8:47 to play, and the County Cedars trying to hang on in this ball game. Bragging rights for Morris County are on the line, and Store Cable and Northwest Community TV Channel 34 will put you in the front row when the West Morris Wolfpack take on the Mount Olive Marauders. See all of the action of this big rivalry with same-night coverage on Friday, November the 5th at 10:30 p.m. and again Monday, November the 8th at 7 o'clock. It's an Iron Hills Conference showdown, and you won't want to miss it. The West Morris Wolfpack and the Marauders of Mount Olive. An exclusive sports presentation from the leader for local sports, Northwest Community TV, Channel 34. 8-0 here, 3rd and goal at the 5-yard line coming up for the Blue Streaks. Ryan Holmes, the center, brings them up. Bordick comes wide to the right. The backs slightly spit. Toss goes to Dorian Davis at the 5 to the 3. Leads to the goal line. He's in for the touchdown. Dorian Davis does the little jig in the end zone, and the Blue Streaks have scored again.
Play designed to go outside. Davis saw a little daylight inside, and Bob Yeisley met him squarely at the 1-yard line, but he turned and twisted his way off and then dives in for the score. Now, we talk about Davis's speed. There he showed us some strength inside, taking on Big Bob Yeisley.
13 plays to go 76 yards. Nice sustained drive for the Blue Streaks. Romano is on for the extra point, and he'll kick this one. And it is wide to the right, no good. 8 minutes and 41 seconds to play in tonight's ball game, and the score remains 14-0 with Warren Hills on top with, again, 8:41 to play in the ball game. Store Cable and Northwest Community TV Channel 34 present the Dave Phillips Music and Sound Band Show 93. See all the pageantry and entertainment provided by the local high school marching bands every Monday and Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. Throughout the high school football season, we'll be featuring Hackettstown, Voorhees, Warren Hills, and West Morris, as well as some of the other visiting bands to the Store Cable viewing area. That's the Band Show 93, only on Channel 34. 14-0 is the score with Warren Hills. A nice sustained drive, Bill. They picked up a lot of first downs, actually 4 of them in that drive that started back at their own 34-yard line. They go 13 plays, 76 yards, and Dorian Davis, the man who scores again. Let's see, for Davis now, 2 more touchdowns tonight. That is his 9th rushing touchdown of the season, gives him a total of 10.
No reason for Belvidere to panic here. The way their defense has been playing football, they might get their hands on the ball 2 more times. They can stay on the ground, but they've got to have real time management.
You know what? When Belvidere took a 14-13 lead against Voorhees, Voorhees ran back the kick. We'll see if Belvidere can return the favor. Oh, they almost fumbled this one away. They couldn't get their hands on the football, and fumbling it across the 30-yard line. It's Chris Hosterman. Decent field position, but no run back.
Yeah, he did well to lay on that football. Now, Belvidere can do what they like to do best. 8:35 left. They can keep the ball on the ground, but they've really got to have some time management here with the clock. They've got to get those plays in a lot quicker and keep this drive going and mix in a pass or two. They don't have to go completely out of their run offense.
8:30 on the clock in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 at about the 32-yard line. And they're going to throw. Douglas, complete. And that is Ehas making the catch. A nice tackle there by number 51. That is Holmes. Mike Holmes for the Blue Streaks, the junior linebacker.
Yeah, Warren Hills will let Belvidere have those kinds of pass completions all evening long the rest of the way here. You want to have 5 yards on a pass completion or 4 yards? Sure, we'll let you have that. We might even give you a score if we have to after a while, as long as we can keep that clock ticking.
A friend of mine says prevent defense. Yeah, usually the only thing it does is prevent you from having a blowout, because you wind up giving up a score. Nonetheless, 2nd and 5 here, and they're going to throw 2 successive times. It is intercepted. Picked off by Mark Bordick.
And we're going to have a pass interference here, and Bordick could be the man that's called for it, because there was some definite contact made there with Ehas before the ball got there, and that's what it is, Mick.
Well, we have seen 2 calls really go against the Blue Streaks tonight. The first was that intentional grounding penalty, and now the interception going to be nullified with the interference call here.
Yeah, the ball, it was a sloppy pass. The ball was definitely underthrown, but unlike the pro ranks, there's no rule about could have been caught or, you know, did you make the interference or didn't you make the interference? That's the question in high school football.
Well, it's only going to be a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage, correct?
Correct. From the line of scrimmage and an automatic first down, which puts Belvidere up at about midfield. Actually, it should put them a yard at the Warren Hills 49.
36 is where they'll step it off. It'll go up to the 49-yard line, first down.
Unofficially, about 7:40 left to go. Yeah, Belvidere can still run the football, but what they'd like to do here is get some points up as quickly as possible and then hope for the onside kicker that their defense can hold.
1st and 10 at the 49. Well, they got to get on the board on this possession. They're going to throw. 5-step drop, a quick out, nice catch, but the receiver could not stay on his feet, and that is Josh Calley who made the catch. You know, the one thing that comes to mind when I see a play like that, if the ball is thrown as a lateral, they could throw it downfield again, and Calley is a former quarterback.
Most certainly is.
A little trickery on there.
Yeah, he dislocated his finger in the Voorhees game, and that's when Brian Douglas took over. But MacArthur and Jeremy Smith, number 77, did a nice job of staying right on Calley until Crowley to the last second.
No gain. And now a little toss. Oh, nice grab by Calley, who turns the corner. First down and more. Tripped up at the 35-yard line. That ball was really just flung out there, and Calley took it on a run, turned the corner, and picks up a first down.
Yeah, it wasn't a real pretty pitch off the right arm of Brian Douglas, but Josh Calley, with a full head of steam, gets the pitch and gets out and attacks the corner and turns the corner in a hurry for a nice gain for Belvidere. Gives them a first down at about the 36-yard line.
So Belvidere gets a first down. We'll call it the 36. And for the County Cedars, that is their first down here in the second half. Gives them 8 on the night. 1st and 10, call it the 36-yard line. Here comes a screen pass attempt. Dumps it down the middle, tipped up and incomplete. Devlin was the intended receiver. It looked like a screen was going to develop, and look back in the backfield. The quarterback, Brian Douglas, is slow to get up.
Yeah, he did a good job getting that ball away, and he paid the price too, because 3 Warren Hills defenders ran by him, but then when he stepped up in front of them after he got the ball away, boy, he got hit. But you know, Douglas has seen some receivers downfield open this evening, and the kid has a decent arm. It's just that he seems to be under the gun every time he sees somebody open, and as a result, he hasn't gotten the ball in there as crisply and quickly as he'd like to.
Paladuro wide to the near side. The tight end is actually a speedster on the right. That is Ehas. They fake to the back, and they're rolling right. Douglas for Ehas. This was intercepted.
That's Russ MacArthur.
Russ MacArthur comes up with second interception tonight. for the Blue Streaks, and that ties their output that they've had all season. They came into tonight's ball game with 2 INTs, and they've got 2 here tonight.
Yeah, maybe ill-advised on that pass pattern to the far side of the field, downfield, maybe 8-9 yards on the pattern. 4 Warren Hills defenders converging on the one Belvidere receiver on that side of the field. As a matter of fact, Belvidere only had 2 receivers on the pattern, so that was actually quite easy for Warren Hills to defend.
Ball is resting on a 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for Warren Hills, and they have it back with 5:58 to play. One more long drive like their last one, Bill, and they could go home happy here tonight. Dorian Davis carries to the right side, close to the 30-yard line.
Kevin Rambo, one of the first men there, along with Brent Ehas on the stop. They've been trying to attack with Davis outside all night long, and except for perhaps the 5-yard touchdown run, they haven't had much success at all.
2nd and 6 at the 29.
Belvidere, who is not known for their speed on their defense, even though they are big and strong, has done a good job of forcing Davis back inside all night.
Here comes the blitz. The toss goes to Davis, trying to turn the corner, gets by one, cannot get by the others. Forced out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
And it should be good enough for the first down. Callie chases him out of bounds, and Brian Douglas did a good job of forcing that one deep. But there we saw the speed of Dorian Davis as he was forced deep, but he still was able to run around Douglas and turn the corner and get upfield for the first down.
I said 41, I'll beg your pardon. It's the 37-yard line. That's where they marked him out. 1st and 10, call it the 37 with 5:09 to play. And another first down for the Blue Streaks. So finally they've turned it up a notch here in this 4th quarter. 1st and 10 at the 37. The wide side is the left, and there's 2 wideouts over there. The handoff to Davis, trips over one, and then carries 2 players to the 40-yard line. So Dorian Davis doing a nice job of carrying Eric Earhart in his back to the 40.
76, Eric Earhart.
I see a pattern developing here. Davis, Davis, and Davis on the last 3 carries.
Brings up 2nd down, 6.
Yeah, that's a difficult pattern to pick up, too.
Sure is. It's either that or MacArthur, right? Actually, there was one other guy who carried the football tonight outside of the quarterback. And that was, see if I can figure this out, it was number 44, the backup fullback tonight.
Joe Borowski.
That's it. It's the only other carry. And here's MacArthur. Straight ahead, close to the 44-yard line. Well, the clock now is the enemy of the Blue Streaks because they really have to stop the ground game. And they haven't been able to on the last 2 possessions. They've done a great job for 3 quarters, but it's been the last 2 possessions that have killed them.
Jason Constantino makes the stop. And Warren Hills, boy, they needed this win tonight because Bridgewater, Franklin, and Hackettstown looming ahead over the next 3 weeks.
Absolutely correct. This will get you started. 4 minutes left in tonight's ball game. We're looking at a 3rd and 3 with the ball spotted at the 44-yard line after the run by MacArthur. 4-minute warning given to both benches. Well, 2 touchdowns in 4 minutes is not impossible.
No, over the years, Belvidere has done some crazy things to win games against Warren Hills in the closing minutes.
Dorian Davis trying to get outside, turns the corner to midfield, finds a seam, he's still going. Breaks another tackle and down at the 25-yard line. Yeah. Dorian Davis just got outside and he can turn on the Jets.
And that's the first time that he's been able to exploit
down by number 76,
his speed against Belvidere tonight. And Toby Wellington got a hand down on his shoestrings to trip him up, or Mr. Davis would have had another touchdown here this evening.
That's about a 35-yard run by Dorian Davis. 1st and 10 for the Blue Streaks. And they're going to spot this one outside of the...
At about the 21, Mick.
About the 21. Yeah, it's outside the 20. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. We got a flag on the far side of the field. And the way the backs are just kind of picking up camp and walking back to our midfield, it's going to be against the Blue Streaks.
Yeah, we got Warren Hills lining up off sides.
Russ MacArthur knew it right away. He came out of his stance in the about face and just started walking. So we have 3:31 to play, and now with a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 15 back at the 26.
Yeah, that's such a simple thing. You hate to see a kid do that when they just come out and line up all side and give 5 yards away like that.
Well, also, there's been 2 big defensive stands tonight for the Blue Streaks, coming up with interceptions both times, and we'll see if maybe they can hang on and come up with a shutout here. MacArthur has his forward progress stopped.
Delaney combining with Cowley on that stop.
Number 22, Josh Cowley.
And there's only been really one great drive tonight. That came at the near the end of the 3rd quarter, as the Blue Streaks continue that drive into the 4th quarter and capped off a 76-yard, 13-play drive with Davis getting his 2nd touchdown of the night. 2nd and 13. With 2:40 to play. Hand off to Davis. Drop at the 20-yard line.
Bob Yeisley, one of the first men there, along with Josh Cowley and Kevin Rambo, gets it back down to about the 20. Should make it about 3rd and 9, Mick.
It's about right. 3rd and 9 from the 20, and we got a timeout. We'll just keep it right here and recap tonight's ball game for you. It was scoreless after the 1st quarter, and we got into the 2nd quarter of tonight's ball game, and at the 5:40 mark, Dorian Davis went 63 yards on a 1st and 10 from the 37. The 2-point conversion from Burge to MacArthur made it 8-0, and that's the way we stood at the half. But right as the half was winding down, we had a 1st and goal at the 6-yard line for the County Cedars, and Romano came up with an interception in the end zone, and that kept the ball game scoreless at the half. In the 3rd quarter, the Blue Streaks got the football as time was winding down and started the drive from their own 34-yard line, carried it over into the 4th, got down to the 5, and on a 3rd and goal, Davis took it in from the 5 to cap off a 13-play, 76-yard drive. The extra point no good, and that's where we stand right now at 14-0.
I got to tell you, Belvidere has absolutely nothing to be ashamed of, except for the one big play with Davis in the 1st half and the one big drive by Warren Hills coming into the 2nd half here. They've done a credible job on defense.
Well, I think they're definitely ready for South Hunter, and that's for sure. Rolling as Burge tucks it in, crosses the 20, dropped at about the 17 as he goes right out of bounds in front of Chris Allen downstairs.
Yeah, Rich Delaney made Burge pay the price as he turned the corner and got down to about the 17-yard line as he came up and wrapped him up high and threw him to the ground. Under 2 minutes here to go, and Warren Hills is going to win this renewal of these 2 Warren County rivals. But oh my Lord, back in the late 60s and all through the 70s, how indeed little Belvidere beat up on their big neighbors in Washington, many times winning games in the closing seconds on years when Warren Hills was heavy favorites.
4th and 6, they're going to go for it from the 17. Toss to Davis. Has MacArthur in front of him now. Cuts back across the grain. Did not get there. There's a flag on the play, and it's dropped at about the 15-yard line. So let's sort this one out. I believe the last time these 2 teams met, Bill, was in '89, a 6-6 tie.
1989. That was a year where Warren Hills was the Delaware River Conference champions in the last year of the old conference, and that was a big surprise. That's when you had young guys on that Belvidere football team. I always referred to them as kind of the baby bears, some real studs that hadn't quite developed yet. One of them by the name of Jason Patterson, and quite a few young men that made some real contributions to Belvidere in their tenure there.
Actually, that was the first ball game we ever did on Channel 34. 6-6 tie.
Seems like a millennium ago.
It just seems like yesterday.
As Belvidere takes over on downs here.
Yeah, the penalty was blocking below the waist decline, so 1st and 10, they take over on downs.
And the fumble between the center and quarterback Brian Douglas's fumble, and Warren Hills has recovered.
3rd turnover of the night.
Mark Deedle comes up with the loose ball.
Fell on it across the 15 at about the 13-yard line. Is that what they're going to put it down?
At the 14.
So Warren Hills gets it back with a fumble with a 1:11 to go, and they can just pretty much run out the clock. And although not that far away from the end zone, but does Bob Lockhart try to punch one in, or did he just kind of run out the clock?
Run out the clock. And if you punch it in as a result, you punch it in. But you got to run the ball straight ahead.
They go to the pro set. Burge, hands off, straight ahead. MacArthur till about the 10-yard line.
And Callie, number 22, makes the stop for Belvidere. Now, I was talking to Bill Cole, who was the former head coach at Belvidere High School, come back now into the Belvidere program as the line coach. You know, we were talking about the old days there where Belvidere always had Warren Hill's numbers. As a matter of fact, 2 years through the 70s, when the DRC was the DRC with the big schools from Hunterdon County, Warren Hills won the DRC 2 years throughout the 70s, both times with one loss. And who were those losses to? Belvidere.
Bob Lockhart, the quarterback on one of those clubs, too?
Yes, in 1976.
There you go. Second down and 6. Hand off to MacArthur inside the 5.
Posterman finishes him off. Douglas tripped him up. And he gets it down to about the 4-yard line, just inside the 5.
That's the ball game.
And the ball game is over. Time runs out. The official time kept on the field, and the scoreboard clock still had a couple ticks left, but they will not be able to get it into the end zone. The final score, 14-0, as Dorian Davis scores twice here tonight. We'll come back with more in a moment. Bragging rights for Morris County are on the line, and Store Cable and Northwest Community TV Channel 34 will put you in the front row when the West Morris Wolfpack take on the Mount Olive Marauders. See all of the action of this big rivalry with same-night coverage on Friday, November the 5th at 10:30 p.m. and again Monday, November the 8th at 7 o'clock. It's an Iron Hills Conference showdown, and you won't want to miss it. The West Morris Wolfpack and the Marauders of Mount Olive, an exclusive sports presentation from the leader for local sports, Northwest Community TV, Channel 34. Once again, final score tonight, 14-0, as Warren Hills picks up another victory, and Dorian Davis with 2 touchdowns tonight joins us. They held you in check pretty good until that 163-yard burst as the first half was coming to a close.
Yeah, because we were getting frustrated because it was like a 9-man front, and like when I got the ball, all I seen was red, and we were like, everybody was arguing, yo, you were supposed to get this guy, and we were just like hanging there. And coaches said we're just going to give it to him, and I just ran. Just scored.
It was nothing special. It was kind of like straight up the middle. No toss outside, just straight ahead.
Nope, just 26 dive. That's it.
And then in the second half, you were able finally to sustain a pretty good drive. You got a 13-play, 76-yard drive put together, and you finally got your second big score of the night.
Yeah, the line felt real confident. You know, everybody felt confident because we were winning. We got a touchdown that would sort of boosted us up, and we were just like, well, you know, we're going to take it to them to the second half. We're going to win.
Tough part of your schedule's around the corner now.
Yeah, Bridgewater and Franklin, but we'll take them. If we focus and do our job, it'll be a good game. It'll be a real good game.
There's that one battle for supremacy in Warren County that's a little bit further down the road, too.
Yeah, the Tigers. Yeah, Hackettstown. Well, we got to take one game at a time. Right now, we're looking at Bridgewater.
Dorian Davis, thanks very much for joining us on Channel 34.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, no problem.
All right.
Also, head coach Bob Lockhart and Bill Lunger are going to join us now. Coach, as Dorian alluded to, it took a long time to crack that 9-man front.
Yeah, we expected a tough game. Belvidere's played everybody tough. They've had some tough breaks this year. Against Del Valle, they had a couple fumbles that cost them. So we expected a hard-hitting game. They have big kids up front that are physical. We expected a physical game, and we got it. What we basically did was just try to hit them quicker than normal because we knew they were stepping up hard.
What's it mean to have a shutout tonight? 2 major interceptions to help stop some Belvidere drives.
Our kids really responded defensively, and they have all year. And the one thing I'm pleased with, our secondary is really caught a lot of grief from people, and they haven't done a bad job. I keep looking at tapes, and our kids are in position. I've yet to see us, except early in the year, get beat deep with a kid standing behind us. That hasn't happened. We've been there. Kids have been catching football, but we've been in position to make the tackles. And our front line just does a great job week in and week out.
Now you've got a springboard to come into 3 big games with Bridgewater, Franklin, and Hackettstown. What do you see right now, Coach, as your strong points and things you have to work on as you come into these last 3 games?
I think the key for us is going to be what happened late in the second half is our short passing attack really did some nice things for us. We hit some key passes down here, and to beat the teams like a Bridgewater, Franklin, and a Hackettstown, we're going to have that because people are ganging up on the run, and we just have to come through with the pass.
Enjoying his first full season as the head coach at Warren Hills, your alma mater?
I'm having a great time. I have a group of great assistants to work with, and I have some great kids to work with. And it's just a lot of fun being in a competitive situation like this because these kids I coach never give up. They have great heart, and it's just a joy to be around them.
Coach, it's always a pleasure to have you on Channel 34, and a great ball game tonight.
Thank you.
Bob Lockhart, the head coach of the Blue Streaks of Warren Hills. Now, for Bill Lunger, this is Mick Monaghan, and for the entire crew saying goodnight. Once again, thanks for watching. The final score, 14-0, the Blue Streaks, a winner tonight over the County Cedars of Belvidere. Good night, everybody.
Hey, Ron Ellis as well. Yeah, Ron is a good name. My stepson. Yeah. Little Ron. He's the first time I walked in here.
November 3rd, Neil Diamond at a brand new spectacular show. Tickets now at the box office. Authorized agencies and Ticketmaster, or call 215-336-2000. Never before have you seen Neil Diamond like this. A brand new show, a Christmas celebration with Neil Diamond from Electric Factory Concerts.
Overnight in Philadelphia, we have clear skies, scattered frost in the suburbs, lows in the 30s in outlying areas, and in the city, 40 degrees. Tomorrow, Sunday, or Saturday that is, we'll have sunshine, and it's a great day to come on out and join us for the Billy Joe Walker Jr. John Jarvis get-together at the Encore Books and at the Cow Plaza in King of Prussia. So come on out and join us. It starts at 1 o'clock. It's free to you, and highs will be in the mid-60s with lots of sunshine tomorrow, so it's a great day to come out and join us. Saturday night, as you make your plans around town, we'll have mostly clear skies, lows about 40 degrees. And looking ahead to Sunday, mostly sunny, highs will be in the mid to upper 60s. Right now, it is 52 degrees at the airport as we continue with Lee Ritenour from the Color Rit CD. This is The Kiss on Smooth Jazz, 106.1 WJJZ.